In a world permeated with barbecue websites under the control of tyrannical administrators, there was one man, a one-man army. He broke all the rules. He allowed his members to speak out, give their opinions, and make the website what it is today. Get ready for Greg Rempe and the Barbecue Central Show.
Live from Cleveland, Ohio, it's the Barbecue Central Show.
Welcome to the Barbecue Central Show. I'm Greg Rempe. A very good Tuesday evening to you, wherever you may be. Happy to have you aboard. Got a great show lined up for you this evening. Jam-packed with interviews, insight. So if you don't need any setup and you already know what you want to talk about, go ahead and lob me a phone call, 216-220-0966. Or if you don't want to give me a call, you can certainly shoot me an email at bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. That's 216-220-0966 or bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. You can always keep up with all the things important to the world of barbecue and grilling, of course, by going to our website, which is thebarbecuecentral.com or thebbqcentral.com. Don't forget to put in the either way you're going to put it, and that'll get you to the website so you can keep up with what's happening in between shows, which take place this time every Tuesday on LA Talk Radio. Also, if you've missed the Barbecue Central show here on LA Talk Radio, go ahead and circle back to the archives page. What you have to do in order to do that is go to the latalkradio.com homepage, look for the Barbecue Central title, click on that. That'll get you to the bio page. It would also show you a list of all the companies that are sponsoring the Barbecue Central show, and we'll list a complete archive section of the Barbecue Central shows here on LA Talk Radio. If you missed one, go ahead and download it. And, of course, as I say at the end of every show here for the past couple weeks, I've also put the archives of the Barbecue Central show on iTunes. So if you're an iTunes subscriber, go ahead and search the Barbecue Central show on BBS Talk Radio, and that'll put up the iTunes. You can put them right in your iPod. You're ready to go. And that's what we got. So here's what's happening tonight. In the second segment, we'll be having a conversation with Merle Whitebook, who sits on the board of the Kansas City Barbecue Society. There has been a kind of a hot-button topic that has quickly graced the Barbecue Central forum on garnish for turn-in boxes at barbecue competitions. A lot of heated debate either way on exactly what it's for, how judges are trained, and so forth. So we'll talk to Merle Whitebook, our right-hand man at the KCBS, who has been on 2 or 3 times since the inception of the Barbecue Central show here on LA Talk Radio. Segment 3, we'll be talking with Dave Close on how to rehab a used barbecue pit. As many of you know, I got my hands on a 4-year-old Close that had some repair that needed to be done to it. So we'll get right from the expert's mouth on what you should do in order to get that pit back into game shape. And, of course, Segment 4, Know Your Cue, for the chance to win a 3-pack of D-Dog's barbecue rub. So that's how the show is going to lay out tonight. You need some setup. Let me give you some topics you could potentially call in on. Anybody get a cool Father's Day gift? I got a banjo burner that one of the forum members, Surfin' Sapo, had shown pictures of and that he has cooked on here recently, made by Bayou Classic. It's 150,000 total BTU output, single unit propane burner. I mean, this thing, when fired up correctly, is just short of an F-14 Tomcat turbo engine, so you can light up your full load of charcoal chimney in about 8 or 9 minutes, and that is certainly something. So That's one of my cool gifts. So if you want to chime in on anything cool you got for Father's Day, you can certainly do that. That's 216-220-0966. You can also do the email thing at bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. If you want to get in during the interview segments, go ahead and let me know. Go ahead and let me know, and we'll get you back on. So stay tuned. When we come back, we'll have an interview with Merle Whitebook.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
Hey, smell my pits. Yeah, come on, smell my pits. You know why they smell so good? Because I use D-Dog's barbecue rubs in my barbecue pits. D-Dog's award-winning championship rubs are available online at ddogsbbq.com. Try the original, the apple, or the maple. But there's more. D-Dog's now has sauces. D-Dog's Barbecue is now proud to offer cranberry chipotle sauce, D-Dog's chicken wing sauce, and steak sauce too. And you can get them online at ddogsbbq.com. Keep checking back because D-Dogs is always bringing in new products with new sauces and new rubs coming soon. D-Dogs Barbecue Rubs and Sauces, championship award-winning. Shop online at ddogsbbq.com. That's ddogsbbq.com.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
Barbecue has never been easier with the Barbecue Guru. The Barbecue Guru is a temperature control and monitor for all pits, charcoal, wood, electric, your pit. It easily attaches to any smoker or pit and gives you simple, trouble-free control of your temperatures, so you can make championship quality barbecue every time and all the time. And it's location-free. Take it anywhere. This amazing breakthrough in barbecue technology is a microprocessor-controlled draft system that uses temperature monitors and a small fan to keep your temperatures constant. The stainless steel Guru Pit Minder gives you a choice of controls from 90 to 370 degrees. So cold smoking, pepper drying, making cheese or jerky, or fabulous briskets and ribs is nothing short of effortless. The Procom 4 lets you monitor your pit from up to 600 feet away. And there's more. Check out the full line of products and accessories for the future of barbecue with new items on the way. Visit thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
Hey, this is Helen Paradise from SoCal, and you are listening to the Barbecue Central Show.
The phone lines are open on the Barbecue Central Show.
Barbecue Central Show.
Call 216-220-0966 to get on the air. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
Welcome back. Don't forget, next segment, we'll be joined by Dave Close to talk about how to rehab your used barbecue pit. This segment on the clock right now is Merle Whitebook to be talking about garnish in regards to competitions how judges are trained, and so forth. So Merle is on the clock right now. This is his segment. He is wasting his own time by missing out right now. I did just send out an email to him and remind him, so hopefully we'll be joined by him here in a quick minute. Of course, at the end of the show, we'll be doing the Know Your Q game for your chance to win a 3-pack of D-Dog's Barbecue Rub, and that's brought to you by D-Dogs, www.ddogsbbq.com, and as we all know, D-Dog's Barbecue Rub is better than ketchup. Don't forget to check out the website, thebarbecuecentral.com. Enough promotion. So here's, and I'll just go ahead and start expounding on this particular subject because I, of course, have thoughts on this matter too, not being necessarily an active competitor, but I have talked to a number of people who compete in barbecue competitions, both Kansas City Barbecue Society and other, to include FBA and a number of other sanctioning bodies that would adopt Kansas City Barbecue Society rules or perhaps some other type of sanctioning body rules. Simply this, there was a large thread started on the Barbecue Central forum earlier, well, not earlier in the week, obviously, but over the weekend about garnish. Now, for those of you that aren't aware of competitions, you when you're making your meats to turn in for competitions, you have ribs, you have chicken, you have brisket, and you have pork, shoulder, butter or whole shoulder. And you cut your ribs out, so many go into a box, your slices of brisket and so forth. Kansas City Barbecue Society requires that you garnish the box with lettuce or parsley or both in order to make a presentation. And now, by no means am I up on Kansas City Barbecue Society law or rules or what they require of competitors to do. Henceforth, why Merle Whitebook was supposed to be on to talk about this, because he says on the board of the Kansas City Barbecue Society, making me look like an idiot right now. Merle, I'll have you taken out by the woodshed. Such drivel. But here's the bottom line. We're talking about barbecue competitions. And feel free to jump in. Evidently, this segment might go open anyway. So if you have thoughts particular to garnish, you can call in at 216-220-0966 and give me your take on garnish, and then punch out, and I'll go ahead and respond back to that. The fact that KCBS requires garnish, I mean, this is something that has gone on, since inception, and I don't know if, and one of the questions that I had for Merle was if at any point during the members meeting that they have on a regular basis, if doing away with garnish in the turn-in boxes had ever been brought up. If it had, how many times had it been brought up, and had it ever been close to actually being voted out of requirement during turn-in? Because quite frankly, it is beyond preposterous, as Alan Shore would say from Boston Legal. It is beyond preposterous to think that I could make the best barbecue at a competition and make my turn-in boxes, and because my garnish wasn't what a judge would think to be up to par, up to standard, or appealing to his eye, and I understand that you want to please the eye, its appearance is the first impression that you are making. I certainly appreciate and understand that, and that's probably exactly why the rule is still in the books at this point and hasn't been voted out. But in the very end of the day, this is a meat competition. This is a barbecue competition. It's how your meat tastes, it's how your meat looks, and it's how the texture of the meat feels in your mouth. And it would be maddening to me as a potential competitor to think that I could cook the best barbecue out of 50 other teams at a competition, turn it in, and then I get scored down because the garnish in my box, the garnish, the lettuce, the portion of the box that never makes it into the judge's mouth, is something that would turn my score down and could actually prohibit me from getting the grand champion or the reserve grand championship because my garnish was bad. Don't believe me? Let's go to the phones and see what the listeners are thinking. Barbecue Central Radio, name and where you're calling from.
Hi, this is Katie from Sarasota, Florida.
Hi, Katie. What can I do for you tonight?
Well, I heard you talking about the garnish.
Yes.
And I really have a problem with people who think they can only garnish with lettuce. I don't compete myself, but I watch a lot of it on TV. And I don't see why anyone else can't think out of the box, the styrofoam box, and see into maybe garnishing with edible flowers or seaweed or something like that. I mean, I just think it would be so much different, and the judges would probably really take notice to that.
It's certainly, I don't think, against the rules to put in, let's say, edible flowers, as you had said. But if one thing that I know for sure, that barbecue judges are creatures of habit, and going too far outside the box could, again, play to your detriment, just like if you didn't do. Again, to me, being scored down because your garnish isn't correct ultimately takes away from the overall event, because this is something, in the end, it's a barbecue competition, no?
Exactly.
Thanks for the call.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
See, I'm not alone, folks. Katie from Florida. Actually getting a little outside, as she said, the proverbial box, suggesting that perhaps you should use seaweed or something else. Hey, anything to catch the eye, I completely agree with. And Katie, thanks for the call. Edible flowers. I want to say I've seen somebody do edible flowers before, or get a little fancy. I know there was. Here's a thread. There's a guy on the Barbecue Central forum named Pigs on the Wing Barbecue. And this is really what kind of inspired or spawned the whole argument. And his post was this. I look, and I quote, I look, number one, a box that has no white sides. I mean, what I mean here is there is ample lettuce around the side of the box. I also look at the meat first and then look to see how much parsley was used. I tend to think a box with lots of parsley means a rushed box. Not all the time, but you can tell a rushed box when you see it. I also have seen beautiful boxes that turn in, and the meat was not good at all. I know many people spend time on their box, but constant good product will win in the long haul. Granted, if it looks good, it should taste good, but it's not always the case. Every one is different at the table. Most important, I do not judge 1 to box 6. I judge each box by itself. And that's kind of the gas on the fire. And then there was a number of people that followed up, to include Uncle Bubba, who wrote, this is complete bullcrap. It's not a garnish contest. And it really makes me angry to see that you would judge this way. We spend lots of money to go to contests, and you are going to judge my appearance scores by looking at the white on the outside of the boxes and looking at parsley. Try doing a good box with parsley, mixed it in properly, and then tell me it's a rushed box. An all parsley box is a ton of work to do it right. Parsley mixed in a box is an accent, a finishing touch. I sure hope like hell you aren't judging at Oinktoberfest. If you are, let me know before I send in my money. And that's those were the shots over the proverbial bow. So, again, don't know what happened to Merle Whitebook. You snooze, you lose on the Barbecue Central show. And I believe that was a good... I thought that was a good subject. Maybe he yawned on it. What can I tell you? Maybe he's... Fat. That's right. He's what? Fat. He's what? Fat. Fat. When we come back, we'll talk with Dave Close, the owner and manufacturer of Close Barbecue Pits in Houston, Texas, about how to season a used pit. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
Hey, smell my pits. Yeah, come on, smell my pits. You know why they smell so good? Because I use D-Dog's barbecue rubs in my barbecue pits. D-Dog's award-winning championship rubs are available online at ddogsbbq.com. Try the original, the apple, or the maple. But there's more. D-Dog's now has sauces. D-Dog's Barbecue is now proud to offer cranberry chipotle sauce, D-Dog's chicken wing sauce, and steak sauce too. And you can get them online at ddogsbbq.com. Keep checking back because D-Dogs is always bringing in new products with new sauces and new rubs coming soon. D-Dogs Barbecue Rubs and Sauces, championship award-winning. Shop online at ddogsbbq.com. That's ddogsbbq.com. The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose. Make ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
Hello, everybody. This is Gary Vaynerchuk, host of Wine Library TV, a.k.a. WLTV, and this is BBQ Central.
The phone lines are open on the Barbecue Central Show.
Barbecue Central Show.
Call 216-220-0966 to get on the air. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
Welcome back. It's the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio. The website, thebbqcentral.com. 216-220-0966. Number to call in, bbqcentralradio@gmail.com for an email. Don't forget, next segment, we have Know Your Cue. Well, I will come up with a trivia question and ask it. You call in, you answer right, and you get your hands on a 3-pack of D-Dog's barbecue rub. Now, as promised, joining me now to talk about rehabbing a used barbecue pit is a renowned pit manufacturer based out of Houston, Texas, and a guy I certainly love to talk barbecue with, Dave Close. Dave, welcome to Barbecue Central.
Always a pleasure, buddy. Glad to hear from you again.
Hey, thanks for having me, or thanks for coming on the show tonight. Dave,
no problem.
I got my hands on a 20 by 42 close pit that had kind of seen its fair amount of weather here over the past 3 years. So when I got it home, it had some rust on the firebox, a few rust spots here on the cooking chamber, and then a little bit of rust on the inside of the cooking chamber on the bottom. So why I wanted to have you on here tonight is to kind of talk about, the steps that you would suggest to somebody about kind of rehabbing a pit when, weather has kind of seen the better of it. So when someone is buying a used pit from somebody, regardless of the manufacturer, what do you think you should kind of take into consideration inside and out when you're looking at it?
Well, when you're looking at it prior to buying it, you want to kind of smell it to see if it has any off flavors, because they may have burned really bad wood or horrible, Bodark or podunk wood or railroad ties. You never really know. So you just got to kind of look at the person you're buying it from and figure out whether they knew what they were doing. In that case, it can be reseeded even if it has had better woods put through it. You would just hit it hot, nail it down real good, and then re-oil it just like you would an iron skillet and re-season it. And that's the beauty of the thick pits. The heavier they are in weight, that's how you buy quality, because, a decent heavy pit lasts 20, 30, 40 years. You just buff it every 10 or 20 years, and it's back to brand new. So, maintenance on it is simple. You just, oil the hinges every couple of months if you're up in the cold weather climates. But when you get one that had some neglect and they hadn't done anything to it for 15 or 20 years, it's going to have surface rust, mostly on the firebox because that's where most of the shock is. All you have to do is just wire brush it down with just a hand wire brush and wipe it off, let it dry. It helps to heat it up real slow, just a low fire of it, and then hit it with some barbecue heat paint that you can get at the hardware stores and things like that. If you put 2 or 3 coats over a day and a half period and then let it cure for a week or so, then it'll keep pretty good low maintenance. Now, after you cook, one of the important things is it's not the paint, because you can use the best paint made, but these pits are mild steel, which means they're actually growing a quarter of an inch when you light them. So it's the heat drying out the paint and then the metal stretching it that makes it flake in the first place. Mm-hmm. So if they would just take some PM or something like that and hit it on a paper towel when they finish cooking and just wipe that on the outside of the firebox when it's cooling off, then that keeps that paint pliable and allows it to maintain a good environment outside. I wouldn't even use covers on these pits because they actually collect moisture underneath them, and that does more damage to the steel than leaving it out in open weather.
That was going to be one of my questions, was if right now I have my pit in the garage. A lot of people think I have it in an attic, but it's actually in the garage that I can pull it out. But I do have a cement pad in the back of my house, and I was going to say, if I were to drag it out back and leave it outside, would I want to have some type of custom cover made for it, and would that be of any benefit?
Not on a thick pit. If it's got a 1/4-inch steel true, then it's going to hold up in weather, and there's nothing going to go through it. You can shoot a .357 Magnum inside one if you don't mind the bullet bouncing, but it does more damage to cover them up. In a snow environment, the ice environments and things like that. Of course, we don't have that down here on the coast, but we have issues with salt air off the coast, oceans, and stuff like that. So basically, just pamming the hinges every month or so when you're not using it during the winter times, that keeps the metal, pliable and keeps it oiled. And then the inside of the pit, that's already done by the tannins off the woods of oiling the meat racks, and also it stays in a germ-free environment in there.
Now, on the inside of the pit, for instance, on the right at the very bottom of the tube, and then it was kind of riding up maybe a quarter of the way up the sides. I had a little thin layer of rust. How do you want to attack that? Because now we're dealing with the inside of the barbecue pit versus the outside of the firebox.
Right. You don't ever want to use any kind of chemicals inside the pit, not even soap. You treat it just like you would a cast iron skillet. You can, scrape it out with, I use a putty knife because those work so great, and then just hit a little oil in there, whether it's Pam or peanut oil or bacon grease, which was what I used to seat the pits because that's the best curing agent around. Is do about 1/2 pound of bacon in a skillet, take that grease and rub it on the inside of the door of the main chamber and just pour the rest of it in there, and it'll find its own. The fat globules aerate and then go into the pipe. It mics it in about 0.03 of an inch, and that's the flavor and the seasoning that it gives you that reflects it off the doors back through the marbling of the meat. It gives you a real good color on your food, excellent quality to it. So you just want to maintain decent wood, charcoals and wood. Say the woods need to be like 6 months to 2 years old, and nut or fruit-bearing trees. Anything else I'd stay away from.
Now, after you've gone about rehabbing, the pit, you get it back up to game shape. What do you want to do to it in between? Is it something where you want to, hit it with Pam after every cook or before every cook on the firebox to keep that cast iron seasoning? Or, what's the general maintenance in between, those type of maintenance intervals?
Not before, because you're putting, oils and things on a pit before you heat it up. You don't want to do that. You want to just wipe it down on the outside of the firebox where the real shock is, because, charcoal burns at 750 laying down and 950 standing on edge, whereas wood burns at 1,000 or 1,150 degrees for like mesquite. So you have a lot of tensile shock in the firebox with you spinning and contracting. So after you do a cook, you can let the pit cool down a few hours where it's just warm to the touch, and then hit some Pam on a paper towel and wipe the outside of the firebox, and it'll keep it really nice. Keeps the paint pliable, keeps things off of it, keeps it clean. There's really the only damage that you can do to a pit is hinges or on the inside of a pit not cleaning it, because the ashes are what destroy steel. There's sulfides and sodium nitrates in the ash, and that's sulfuric, and that'll eat right through steel if you leave it in there for years. But tentatively, if you just, clean these things within a week after cooking on them, I mean, you should get a good 20, 40, 60 years of life out of them.
Yeah, my last question was going to be, after you've done a cook and you have the fat rendering out of the pork butts and the briskets and they, it all kind of accumulates down there at the bottom of the tube. Do you want to get like a squeegee and squeegee that down on the drain, or, what's the best way to,
Surely. The pits that we make, we actually have a drain, and the pit's tilted a half inch toward the drain and leveled by gravity, so it's always tilted that way no matter where you are in the United States. But basically, I'll just take a water hose, put a little pail up under the drain, and just hose it out for a couple seconds, and that's all it takes. You just don't want to leave the fat in there because it'll go rancid on you. You can always clean it out later, but it's better to do it while it's warm because it's only a 2-minute job,
Right. With the last minute that we have left, where do you weigh in on the garnish, no garnish for contestant boxes?
Well, I like garnish myself personally because I think it looks cool, and you have some latitude there, but some of the prettiest displays I've ever seen would be like in San Diego with some Jingo Cachez events where they turned in starfish and sand dollars and with the tuna and all that. And as a judge, I love seeing that kind of thing because it's original. If you get a chance to go to a cook-off, you would learn more walking around a cook-off in an hour than you would cooking in 10 years because people are so helpful. It's like a family reunion spirit, or a church social at these cook-offs, which is one of the reasons I help promote them because I'm fascinated by the family spirit that's involved with them. But I like garnish myself personally.
Dave Close is the proprietor of Close Barbecue Pits in Houston, Texas. Now that I have one, I can certainly say if you want a good offset, give Dave a call, and as I well know, as I found out calling him on Sunday, he answers the phone at any hour of the frickin' day. So give him a call. Dave, go ahead and give out the 800 number so people can hit you up.
Yeah, sure. It's 1-800-487-7487. We certainly give away a lot of cooking lessons over the phone, but I enjoy talking to people all over the world.
Dave, thanks for coming on the show tonight.
All right, brother. Y'all have a good one.
Take care. Dave Close, if you need him. bbqpits.com if you want to check out his cookers online. Again, probably one of the most renowned names in offset pit manufacturing. So give Dave a call or visit his website, again, bbqpits.com. When we come back, the fastest game show sweeping the nation, Know Your Cue, for a 3-pack of D-Dog's Barbecue Rub. Stand by.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
Barbecue has never been easier with the Barbecue Guru. The Barbecue Guru is a temperature control and monitor for all pits, charcoal, wood, electric, your pit. It easily attaches to any smoker or pit and gives you simple, trouble-free control of your temperatures so you can make championship quality barbecue every time and all the time. And it's location-free. Take it anywhere. This amazing breakthrough in barbecue technology is a microprocessor-controlled draft system that uses temperature monitors and a small fan to keep your temperatures constant. The stainless steel Guru Pit Minder gives you a choice of controls from 90 to 370 degrees. So cold smoking, pepper drying, making cheese or jerky, or fabulous briskets and ribs is nothing short of effortless. The ProCom 4 lets you monitor your pit from up to 600 feet away, and there's more. Check out the full line of products and accessories for the future of barbecue with new items on the way. Visit thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
Hey, smell my pits. Yeah, come on, smell my pits. You know why they smell so good? Because I use D-Dog's barbecue rubs in my barbecue pits. D-Dog's award-winning championship rubs are available online at ddogsbbq.com. Try the original, the apple, or the maple. But there's more. D-Dogs now has sauces. D-Dog's Barbecue is now proud to offer cranberry chipotle sauce, D-Dog's chicken wing sauce, and steak sauce too. And you can get them online at ddogsbbq.com. Keep checking back because D-Dogs is always bringing in new products with new sauces and new rubs coming soon. D-Dogs Barbecue Rubs and Sauces, championship award-winning. Shop online at ddogsbbq.com. That's ddogsbbq.com.
This is Jim Minion from Two Loose Screws. I'm listening to Barbecue Central.
Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central show on LA Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Barbecue Central show on LA Talk Radio. If you want to jump in, you want to weigh in on the garnish, you want to talk about what Dave Close had to say in our last segment, you want to talk about how Merle Whitebook shined on me in segment 2 because he's fat. 216-220-0966. You can also email me at bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. Don't forget to visit the website, www.thebarbecuecentral.com. Spell out barbecue, B-A-R-B-E-C-U-E, the proper way, of course. And we can go from there. So this, of course, is the segment that we will play Know Your Cue for your chance to win a 3-pack of D-Dog's Barbecue Rub. The question that I'm thinking of, and again, I was hoping that my interview segment with Merle Whitebook about garnish would have been something that would have made me derive a question a little bit easier, and I'm thinking through Dave Close's segment about how he was talking about curing barbecue pits. So if you were listening, here's the question, and then I'll get on to some other rants as you call in. He said you should use a particular product name to oil the hinges on a barbecue pit. If you remember what that is, you can call in at 216-220-0966 and try it out. You can play the game. You get to hear the whole the show intro and blah, 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 and we'll go from there. We had a caller, and the caller ducked out as quickly as they came back on. So that's the number, 216-220-0966. What product should you use in order to season? What is going on? I'm getting calls in here, and nobody's staying up long enough for me to pick up. Perhaps it is just it's too much. So here we go. Let's go ahead and try it this time. We'll bring up the sound, and we say Barbecue Central Radio, name and where you're calling from. Caller. Damn. Gotta say something. You gotta say something, people. Barbecue Central Radio, name and where you're calling from.
Hi, Greg. This is Dad.
Who?
This is your father, your dad.
Oh, hey, Dad. What's up?
Hey, what's up? I want to win the contest.
All right. Well,
Am I still allowed?
Can you hold on 1 second?
Oh, no.
All right, hold on. Uh-oh. All right, you want to play the show?
Yeah, I do.
Stand by. And now it's time for the game show sweeping the nation. Know Your Cue with your host, me, Greg Rempe. And now, here's me, Greg Rempe. Are you the only one listening tonight?
No, there's 100 people. There must be 1,000 people listening.
I feel awkward that my dad's calling in to win the game. It's like you're the only one listening. I want anybody to think that you're the
I'm the only one that can dial fast enough.
That's right. You have the winning touch-tone fingers. So the question that I came up with after I got stood up by Merle Whitebook from the Kansas City Barbecue Society because he's fat.
Yeah.
Is Dave Close, in that segment, last segment with Dave Close, famed pit maker, said you should use this particular product when oiling the hinges of a firebox. Name of the product, and you could win your chance at a 3-pack of D-Dog's barbecue rub. Go ahead.
Okay, let me see if I can say it just like he did. Pam.
Say it again?
Pam.
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 You're saying Pam.
Yes.
Judges, my dad is saying Pam. Is that correct? Well, not only are you listening in beautiful middle west part of Florida, you're getting 3-pack of D-Dog's barbecue rub headed your way.
Oh, that's great.
How about that?
I tell you what, this is the best. This is the only show I watch on radio.
Isn't that right?
Yeah.
It's best to watch me on radio.
Oh.
So I've been told.
Oh, well.
So this is what you want to do.
Yeah, I want to do this. This is great. I'm glad I won. I was listening carefully and I took notes.
Right. What you want to do is go ahead and send me your email information or your shipping information, and I will send it right to you.
Remember, Greg, this is your father. You have all that information.
All right, I'll send it right out.
Okay, good.
Thanks for playing.
Bye-bye.
Bye. We go to area code 724, Barbecue Central Show. Name and where you're calling from.
It's Kevin T. from Beaufort, Ohio.
Hi, Kevin T. What can I do for you tonight?
Happened, Greg.
Well, here's the deal.
We're here for about 6 hours, so.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm going to join in a call. Stand by. We go to area code 225. Name and where you're calling from.
Ron Hill, Zachary, Louisiana.
All right, Ron, stand by for 1 second. Wait, let's do this. We're going to do a three-way. Get your mind out of the gutter, Kevin. We go to area code 705, name and where you're calling from.
Danielle Domowski, Barrie, Ontario.
Diva Q is in the house along with Kevin T. and Ron Hill in Louisiana. We have pretty much the vast majority of the East Coast taken care of right now. All right, so Kevin is first. Kevin, go ahead and tell us what you want to talk about tonight.
Just listening to Dave Close. I've heard the spiel about 1,000 times, but the man doesn't know what he's talking about as far as barbecue pits, and I know what you're going through right now, trying to figure out what you're going through.
All right, but let's forget about all that horse crap. We were talking. I got stood up for a second segment about garnish, and I know you had a particular view on what garnish is all about. So let's. And we have Diva Q. Ron Hill also competes. Everybody's going to have an idea or a thought on the matter. So Kevin, go ahead and give us yours. Then we'll go to Ron. Then we'll go to Diva Q. Go ahead, Kevin.
All right, my opinion on garnishes: it's fine to have it, but you should not be judged down because you've got crappy-looking lettuce, you've got a smudge of barbecue sauce on a piece of lettuce, or you got a piece of parsley that's been moved, or that's a bunch of crap.
Ron Hill.
Spend way too much money to get to these contests to get jammed by a rogue judge, because he doesn't like the way your lettuce looks, or there's too much white on the edge of the box. That's bull.
Ron Hill, what do you think about that?
Well, down here we don't have to use garnish. But we can put sauce on the meat, and it has to be cooked on. So now there's an argument about, is it cooked on or not? Is it puddling? Is it glazed on there and set just right? Do you touch it? Is it sticky? So now the judges have something else to consider whenever they look at your food. And to me, if it's a meat contest, it ought to be a meat contest. And if you're putting sauce on something, you're covering up a mistake.
Daniel Domowski, Canada champion, 2-time GC in a row. Go ahead and weigh in.
Well, I think the thing that comes down to it is the fact that you have no control after you turn in your box. And I think that's a big issue because you don't know if the person was sloppy and slid your box over. I don't think you'd be scored down for, wilted lettuce on the sides. But you know what? If you've been really messy and your box looks like crap, then you should score it accordingly. Garnish is part of the box. take care in it, take pride in it, do it properly, do it nice and cleanly. But if it looks like a pigsty, then yeah, you should score it down. Meat is definitely like 95% of it. So that other 5% or whatever, scoring attributes you're giving it to, you know what? It should be scored down. If the parsley is a mess, if the lettuce is all wilted and crappy looking and it's brown and it's tarnished, yeah, it is not up to a new level of standard. And I think barbecue is going to a new level of standard. The primary focus has always got to be the meat. However, it's a whole package and you got to present the entire package properly.
Guess what? I appreciate everybody calling in, but unfortunately the show is over. So, again, Danielle and Kevin and Ron Hill, thank you very much for calling in tonight. I certainly appreciate and weighing in on the garnish subject. You're probably hating me right now because I just hung up on every single one of you. This is how radio works, folks. But have no doubt in your mind that I certainly appreciate you actually taking the time to call in and weigh in on that, because some people didn't, and they promised it, and they're fat. So, let me thank Dave Close from Close Barbecue Pits. You can find out more about him at bbqpits.com. Also want to thank the emailers and the callers, Kevin Tarazuski from Boardman, Ohio, a.k.a. Youngstown, Ron Hill from Louisiana, and Danielle Domofsky for calling in right there at the tail end of the show, weighing in on the garnish aspect of things. Thanks to the Barbecue Central crew, Sam Hassan, my main man, running sound in L.A. Stay tuned for Broad Topics coming up after me at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with your hosts Laura Joan, Jillian, and Kelly. And don't forget to check out all the programming we have here on LA Talk Radio. Definitely something for everybody. We'll see you back here next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Barbecue Central Show. This is your program host, Greg Rempe. Good night now.
Hey, smell my pits. Yeah, come on, smell my pits. You know why they smell so good? Because I use D-Dog's barbecue rubs in my barbecue pits. D-Dog's award-winning championship rubs are available online at ddogsbbq.com. Try the original, the apple, or the maple. But there's more. D-Dog's now has sauces. D-Dog's Barbecue is now proud to offer cranberry chipotle sauce, D-Dog's chicken wing sauce, and steak sauce too. And you can get them online at ddogsbbq.com. Keep checking back because D-Dogs is always bringing in new products with new sauces and new rubs coming soon. D-Dogs Barbecue Rubs and Sauces, championship award-winning. Shop online at ddogsbbq.com. That's ddogsbbq.com.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
Barbecue has never been easier with the Barbecue Guru. The Barbecue Guru is a temperature control and monitor for all pits, charcoal, wood, electric, your pit. It easily attaches to any smoker or pit and gives you simple, trouble-free control of your temperatures, so you can make championship quality barbecue every time and all the time. And it's location-free. Take it anywhere. This amazing breakthrough in barbecue technology is a microprocessor-controlled draft system that uses temperature monitors and a small fan to keep your temperatures constant. The stainless steel Guru Pit Minder gives you a choice of controls from 90 to 370 degrees. So cold smoking, pepper drying, making cheese or jerky, or fabulous briskets and ribs is nothing short of effortless. The ProCom 4 lets you monitor your pit from up to 600 feet away. And there's more. Check out the full line of products and accessories for the future of barbecue with new items on the way. Visit thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.